Alright folks, welcome to another modern stream. Today we're gonna be playing Bug Titan Control. That's right, we're playing Titan, so this is Titan Control now. We're playing another Titan, so 5 Titans. I think it's fair to call it Titan Control. This is the deck list that won the Modern Challenge. I think this is the one on Saturday. And it looked pretty sweet. It looked pretty sweet when I looked at it. I liked what I saw, so I decided to give it a shot here. We of course have Primetime and Urza or Wincons alongside Jays. And then we just have the classic control shell cards, which are Cryptic Command, 4 copies, the full 4 Archmage's Charm, 2 Forces, and Spell Snare as counter magic. We also have 3 Mana Leaks and 1 main deck Aether Gust, which is interesting. I guess we're living in a world where main deck Aether Gust is what we're doing. 2 Decays, 3 Thoughts is a discard spell, and then 4 Pushes plus 1 Bloodchief's Thirst as removal. This card I've actually been pretty happy with. Like I've been impressed by this card. It feels like it kills most of the cards that matter right now. And like the fact that it randomly answers cards like Jace or like opposing Urza or opposing Primeval Titans is kind of a big deal. Like it's not a cheap one, obviously. Like 4 mana is a lot in Modern, but the flexibility seems very, very powerful. I think the split makes sense, but even something like 3 versus 2 would not be terrible, particularly while knowing how bad these decks struggle against the cards Ren and 6 specifically. The mana base, of course, is a Field of the Dead deck, because every control deck nowadays is a Field of the Dead deck, so we have a couple of Field of Ruins, and then everything else is just like Brooding Pools and just like basics and lands with different names, including River of Tears, classic, so we can enable Field. The only thing that I'm not so sure, like, maybe we will struggle to cast our Archmage's Charm on turn 3. I guess let's get into the games and see how things go, but it seems like the mana base might be a little bit greedy. As for the sideboard, we have the 4 Thoughtseize, 2nd Thirst, a couple of Veils, the 2nd and 3rd Gust. This card is definitely great. I think that basically if you're playing blue, you should have 3 Gusts in your 75 somewhere. The one of Assassin's Trophy, Life from the Loam, which is pretty exciting. It's a card I like a lot myself. 2 Disputes, 2 Ashiok, the one of Fun of Damnation and Explosives. Kostelek as our anti-mill hate. See what we got here. Boom. Amazing hand. Oh, this is actually pretty good. Yeah, I cannot complain about this one. I'm going to keep this, and I think we're going to bottom the Watery Grave. Yeah, because we might play against an aggro deck, and we will be taking a shit ton of damage from this. Oh, sweet. So we're playing against mono red. They can top deck a Blood Moon or something like that, and we would lose to that, but like c'est la vie. I think I'd rather take the Scav Clan Berserker. Obviously Eidolon is not great for us, but like it's easier for us to kill, and like it's just not that good. They found another threat, which is obviously terrible for us. Yeah, it's obviously bad for us. If we had actually known that they were drawing this, we were probably taking that. All right, can we top deck something good? Push. Push would be great. I guess that counts. So we have to do this right now because of how River of Tears works. They show me the land they're drawn. Honestly, I feel like the information was worth more than the point of damage, but maybe that's just me. Well, that's a good card. Only gain 1 life here, obviously, but just gets the Uro in the yard, so if we find like fetch lands, we're actually in very good shape. Terrible draw, obviously. I want to just continue showing me which card they top decked, as opposed to that. It's brutal. So we draw 2, we find a land. We take 2, we go to 9, then we take 3. Yeah, I think that I'd rather do this right now. Like as is, we're not dead. And if we find a land that enters tap, just like this one, we get super rewarded. Nice. We're still dodging here though, obviously. Like if they have a Chandra or something like that, another Rubble, Skunkla Berserker. Well, shit. Yep. Just drew 1 too many awkward cards, unfortunately. What's the plan? So we're gonna tap, bounce the Berserker. Yeah, that's the play. So tap all creatures, return target permanent. So we're gonna take 2. And now we have to hope that my opponent makes a mistake. And they play another Scab Clan main phase. They didn't make a mistake. Womp womp. Womp womp. Alright. Actually, Thirst sounds very good. Thoughtseize can probably go. Gust sounds obviously insane. Damnation. Actually, Titan seems fine against... maybe not so much. Like, honestly, this kind of matchup seems like it should be excellent for us. Are we just... Well, I guess that they have... Yeah, they have a lot of stuff that matters. So maybe it's not that great for us. His hand sounds pretty good, though. Turn 1 Mystic Sanctuary. What matchups is Ghostlick good? Against Mill. Whenever you lose 1 permanent you control becomes a target of feral ability upon control, lifeline of combustion, this damage to that player. Okay. Surely it's a card. So it makes my removal shock me, basically. Also, this card, this hand is... Oh, this deck is not playing Overgrown Tomb. So we're just gonna get Sagoth Triumph here. so they put the rabble on top. We just have to Udo here, unfortunately. Land? Easy. We're gonna take a bunch of damage from this rabble, but it doesn't really matter too much. So we're gonna take 5, fetch, shock, plus 2 from the ley line. Wow, these combos with that? That's kind of hot. That is really hot, actually. The good thing is that, well, Udo is a card, right? So Udo is a card, so my opponent's like dealing damage to me and stuff, and it's just like, just doesn't matter whatsoever. Finding land would be great. Yeah, we just Udo. We could play this Udo on Mana Leak. Who am I kidding, though? Who am I kidding? Bolt. Bolt. Sounds good. Land. Not the land I was hoping for, but it's okay. So the last card in hand is what? Hopefully it's a spell that we can just force. That's fine, actually. Like, it's gonna make a token and it's gonna cost me 2 life, but it's not the end of the world. But then Udo's gonna come back and it's gonna blank it, so it doesn't really matter. Yes. Nice Rabble Master. How about my land just blanks it straight up? Good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, we get to cash in this Mana Leak. Sick. That was fun. Game 3. Don't like Jace too much. It's the only card that's kind of like, meh. I'm not digging. Let's bring the one of fun of explosives, see what's up. Yeah? Yeah? Talk to me. Hopefully my opponent will mulligan to that ley line that did nothing. Ley line of do nothing. No ley line of do nothing. Unfortunate for them. Just get an island. Makes my Mystic Sanctuary enter untapped. Let's fucking go. Please play one of your many non-basics. Yes! That's a non-basic. Yeah, we just have to gust the Magus, unfortunately. We can deal with this guy later, but like right now, we just have to gust the Magus. They didn't attack with Magus, playing around Snapcaster, very smart from opponent. So, do this, get a basic forest. Scout down Berserker. It sucks. The last modern streamer lies. What do you mean? I've been streaming modern since before it was cool, my friend. You show some respect. So we're gonna gust plus trophy here. Respect boats and nautical jokes themes, not lies. You mean a boat like this one right here? Is this boat good enough for you? So we have a couple of options. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw step, put this on top. So we take 2 there. They top that. And now before beginning of combat on their main phase, we have to do this. To not die and give them a token. So they shuffle the Berserker away. So we're at Virtua 4. Land. Nice and easy. We can find an untap green, an untap blue, so we might want to Archmage's Charm something. Never lucky though. We can get Uro back next turn though. So that should stabilize. Just gonna sack Raminette. Yep. I think that's fine. I mean, they need an answer to Udo. Otherwise, it's just gonna win. Doesn't look like they have an answer to Udo. Or they could have Lightning Bolt as the last card. I don't think I play around Bolt. Because like this is how I get actually ahead here. Sweet. Bush is actually a pretty good draw there. And now we're good. Could never find a second black source. Never a problem. To be fair, my opponent was playing mono red prison, so they deserved it. This is not a race that is good for you, opponent. Not a race that particularly favors you. I appreciate the honest effort. This game is officially over. Mono Red Prison. This is one that I have not seen in a while, particularly with main deck Eidolons and main deck Scab Clan Berserker. I don't know how I feel about this Scab Clan. Like the Eidolon is defensible, but like they don't even have that great of a way to push through the damage. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I feel like if you play a deck like that, you want to lean on like Blood Moons and other lock pieces. Vintage Cyber All-Star Scab Clan Berserker, that's the one, exactly. Keep this, I guess. Sure. We are on the draw, which makes Malik significantly worse, but I feel like I'm not gonna play this on turn 1 and it's gonna punish me. But I'm greedy like that. Put him most to 6. Thoughtseize would probably be a great draw. Spire of Industry. So this is probably one of the Emery decks, which we played yesterday. Urza is seeing a resurgence right now, which I find very, very cool. I always liked Urza as a card. Always really liked Urza as a card. Wait, what? Oh, I think that they just fucked up. Because they wanted to play something, but they floated the mana before they have an artifact. Or maybe they just... Wow. Whew, that's pretty good. Decay, please. More lanes. That's just prime time with the prime sub. Thank you so much for the 2nd month. Really appreciate it. So I guess I'm gonna have to waste this mana leak countering my opponent's Thopter Foundry that are gonna play for free, which feels very bad. Or do I just save this mana leak for Urza? The thing is, I'm also losing to this, so I guess I have to make it so I play around being able to find an answer to this Emery. So we gotta draw like a push. Doesn't do it. Doesn't do it, chat. Doesn't do it. Wow. They even have the Soul Guide Lantern to get back, which is really bad for us. Yeah, push is what I was hoping for. I mean, Decay would have also done it. I would have basically time walked myself for a turn, but not in a good spot. Not in a good spot. My opponent's gonna have an active Thopter. They have an active Ember. They have for 2 turns now. They did miss a line drop. That's the only saving grace of this situation. So, I guess they... Well, I mean, I guess they could just have fucking Mox Ember. And that would allow them to Urza right here. They play in Thopter Foundry instead. Okay. Oh, they just have another one? Jeez. We're in sync. Let's go, dude. I could draw this Mana Leak, but I don't think I want to draw this Mana Leak. God damn it. So many auras. The Last God, thank you so much for the raid. Wait, you stream Last God? How did I not know that you streamed? Can we draw an answer here, please? How about more lands instead? I mean, more lands is also fine, right? Only for about a month. All right. It's cool though. I mean, we're not dead here, but like it's not looking great. We're not like dead. Like even Field of the Dead doesn't save it. Like if they play an Ursa, I'm gonna pack it in though. Yeah. Okay. Probably want Disputes. Definitely want Ashiox. Explosive seems medium when I already have like Trophy and all this other nonsense. With a Snare counter, just Thopter Foundry. It's kind of it. We're bringing in Dispute though. Dispute also counters Thopter Foundry. I don't think Veil is particularly great in this matchup. Thoughts is the only card that I'm considering out of all of these. Push, I think it's fine. Let's try something like this. Get 5 Mana Leaks. Honestly, Old Art Leak, I don't understand why anybody would ever play a non-Stronghold Mana Leak. Who can be so crazy as to not play this beautiful, beautiful art in this beautiful frame? Okay. Probably gonna bottom the trophy. Maybe I should have thought seized off of a Water Grave there to play around Veil of Summer. They're not holding Veil, so that's good for us. I think I want to play around Veil right here. So we're just gonna take the Ursa. It's the Ember we can just push. Play their island. There's the Chromatic Star. I'm probably gonna play the Emery here. It's not like they can't play the Emery. They can not play the Emery. I mean, okay, so they have multiple Swords of the Meek. So it's actually a different list than what I have been playing. Land. Play 28 lands in your control decks, they said. It's gonna be okay, they said. You wanna hit your land drops, they said. Mana League your Sword of the Meek. Nah, I'm not doing that. Feels field, man. Wow. Gross. And it's technically the correct play. So I think that we have to Ashiok here. Now the question, we're running into dispute by the way, but like it is what it is. Okay, cool. The question is, do we mill them or do we mill ourselves? I think we just mill ourselves because we have Ogro. Uro? Ogro. I don't even know what I tried to say there. We definitely gotta mill them. Force them to sack. And also I kind of want to get this Ashiok close to dead so it can actually trigger my revolt. Like, it's very sad, but it's where I'm at. I think I mill myself. Oh, look, Lance. God damn it. They can't sack Inventor's Fair to get their shit, so that's good. But they're gonna crack Chromatic Star and replay it. And also, this is a freaking combo, my friends. This right here is a combo. God damn it. That's just sexy. So my opponent gonna have their own Ashiok? That would be scary as fuck. Can we even beat their Ashiok? We can't, really. Oh, Lurus. That's so much worse. Just casually drawing 3 cards a turn. Land. I mean, technically. Okay, so what are we doing here? We have to kill the Lurus, right? And we accept that we lose to my opponent drawing an Urza. I don't want to play the Jace on this board, like that's just a bad idea. Leak for Ursa. Yeah, but if I want to enable the push, then I can't leak, right? And if I don't push right now, then I'm letting my opponent draw a card. But if I want to enable my Fatal Push, I have to Field of Ruin. So we're 1 mana short. But I think I'm just far behind enough that I just have to do this. Below never than Minamo, because Minamo untaps Emery, and then my opponent gets to do some nasty stuff there, so... we milled a snow-covered island, so I guess I have to take the snow-covered island here. No more basics. Well, that's something. I think I'm milling them now, because I'm not really getting too much value from... Like, I can't even cast the Euro. I mean, I had to minus Sashia because... oh, no, actually, there was no... I thought there was a Chromatic Star. Whoops. I thought there was a Chromatic Star in the yard, so that's why I thought I have to minus Ashok to get rid of that, but like in reality, that's not what was going on. So my opponent's list is just like straight up blue-black. Apparently they're not playing any sort of... They're not playing any splashes. Dark Slick Shores in your 4 Urza deck. Like, it makes sense, but yeesh. Yeah, I'm very well aware that I'm losing to card advantage. I don't think anybody is arguing with that. Like, that's just what's going on. Okay, so now we're gonna have to, like, Jace minus on the Emery. Maybe it allows me to get back into the game. Again, I'm just accepting that I cannot beat an Urza. My opponent has one last Urza that they can draw into, but I can't beat it. Oh, that's... No, actually they don't. Oh, they found Thopter Foundry. Shit. Well, that one I also cannot beat, so that sucks. That also means I cannot just bounce the Emery, so I need to find a different answer to the Emery. Well. I mean, that's a good draw. Target them. Tesseract Agent of Wallace. Jeez. Okay. So what they can do now is they can equip Sword of the Meek to the Thopter, kill Ashiok, and then they can use Inventor's Fair to go get something. But my opponent does not have Urzas anymore. All of them are gone. One Rebuke has been exiled and one Cryptic Command. So we're definitely going to be staring at a Rebuke here, which is going to completely own us because there's nothing we can do about it. Shook down. I get home from work until 6 p.m. EST. Will you be streaming that late tomorrow? If not, can you sneak me in Friday? No, we can do tomorrow. You have to send me the list, though. You have to send me the list, Donnie. So I guess we're gonna have to counter bounce Counter the Thopter Foundry, bounce the Emery. Ugh. Ooh, there's the list. 4 Arcanist, 4 Mentor. Let's go. Oh, didn't you want to play the... Oh, I thought you wanted me to play the Krark list. So I don't think we play our own counter magic because we cannot beat it. They have their own counter. Cryptic. Yeah, sure. Womp womp. Well, maybe if we can find decay off the top, so we can get rid of this. Oh, the Embry just gets it back. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Cryptic. So we're gonna get to untap with Jace like this, but my opponent's gonna get to make a shit ton of tokens. So I don't know how good that's gonna be. But like the cards that I have access to right now just don't do it, right? Like I need more. We know that we cannot get infinited. Like my opponent cannot go infinite because all their Ursas are gone. 2, 3, and 4. Turn 9 and we cannot hit our 5th land drop. Feels bad. Deseret Agent of Bolas. I always loved this card, and I always really wanted it to be good, but it just never was. Always made me very sad. Sir Cheers, thank you for the follow. It was good as a secondary winning card in Lantern Control. Yeah, I also played it in like the Susurrus deck, the Prison deck, which was super sweet. Ugh, don't really have a needle. Guess my opponent's scared that I'm just gonna... No, there's a needle. Why are they leading me on top with Jace? Sure do miss for Color Prison. Yeah, I miss the Susurrus. He was great. I really enjoyed his streams. Didn't I bottom you? I totally think I bottomed you. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we would go down to 1. I can't mill them with Ashiok, so that's just not an option. So I have to Thoughtseize them and take their... I mean, it feels like the way that I win is with Ashiok though, right? Since my opponent is going infinite with Thopter Foundry. So I guess that these are the cards that I bottom. And I play my land. I lead on Thoughtseize, take their Mystical Dispute. If they have two, I pack it in. Ashiok, Dreamrender, and Second Memory. Okay. Not sure why they wouldn't play Ashiok there. Attempt to put Cryptic back on top. My opponent should probably crack this. Yep. But at least they don't draw a card. The last card in hand is another Embry. It's insane how this Embry came down and it just completely took over the game. Yeah, he quit streaming a long time ago. He was great. I always liked his content. We are in the situation where you don't want to be, which is top draw. No. I just don't have enough lands to do all the stuff that I need to be doing. Oh, we're out of Cryptics now. 1, 2, 3. So I think we're just dead now. One, two, three. We get to steal one of the Thopters, the one that's wearing the sword. This is not great. But they failed to make 2 Thopters last turn, so there's a very, very outside chance that they will not make enough tokens. So we steal the one with the sword, so that means that we're taking 2, 3. How much are we taking? We're at 8, 5, 6, 7. Seven, 8. Yeah, they just made more tokens. Okay, so we're just dead now. Brutal. Brutal. It really... We just never hit a land drops. It's funny how like flooded uncontrollably in game 1, and then we just could not hit our land drop for 9 turns in game 2. I was reading about that yesterday. So I've been reading a lot of PVDDR's articles. Like Polo articles are just incredible. And I found like an archive or something about like a bunch of like Polo articles, and he was talking about how control decks get to like minimize variance because they get to see more cards and they get to leverage those cards over a longer period of time, whilst the the aggro decks, for example, they struggle a little bit more because like you don't get to see as many cards. Like you see your opener, and that's kind of it, right? Like your opener, you basically have to ride it to victory. So very, very interesting concept. Anyway, like he's just literally the best one to ever do it, or like one of the best ones to ever do it. Please play into my spell snare. No second land. Oh. Well, that's certainly not what I was expecting. Hopefully I play a 2-drop into my spell snare. Because I don't really think that I want to push this guy. Like I want to push the lords, the ones that grow the rest of the dudes. Definitely spell snaring that one, tell you that much. Is it gonna happen, chat? Are we gonna do it? That Urza guy was a PT player. Interesting. Can we bring this vial? Can we bring this vial up to 6? Can we bring this vial up to 6, chat? That's the goal. That's the goal for this stream. This vial needs to come up to 6. That is my new goal right here. I guess I'm gonna push this one here. Slowly but surely getting there. What is this? Senius Sliver. Let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. I'm getting ready. This is any permanent, right? So we don't get to... Yeah, I may truly be the last modern streamer. Let's go. Oh, it's gonna happen, chat. Oh, it's gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna happen. Oh, I can't wait. We're gonna counter, just tap, counter tap. Counter target spell. Tap all creatures. I basically just want to use my cryptic. We definitely want to draw the push, so we kind of want to kill this guy so their dudes don't. Yeah, we definitely want to draw the push. So we have Mana Leak plus push now, plus Titan. Oh, this brings me back. This really brings me back. Oh, I'm having such a good time right now. It's not even funny. Yes! 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 This is screenshot worthy right here. This is the screenshot moment right here. This is the screenshot moment right here. So we get a field and a Misty. And then we push the flying guy. And then Titan blocks the yourself. Surprise! Oh man.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh, this is just too great. This is just too great. I can't even. I can't even. Yes, we get to use our emote. We get to use our emote. Yes. Spam those Titan vials, baby. Spam those vials. There we go. Spam those vials. Alright, what are we doing here? Latifi Sir sounds great. Mana Leak does not sound great. Force Negation, not great. Domination, good. Explosives, good. Oh man, that was something, I'll tell you that. How do we feel about Gust here? Actually, it answers a reasonable amount of their dudes. So I also don't like Thought Seizes. Spell Snare is so bad. Guess I'm keeping this hand. Hey, Sliver, I can Gust. That was kind of the worst possible draw, because like I kind of have to hold it on turn 2. And then we get super rewarded. Feels good, man. Ooh, Urborg fixes my mana? Let's go, baby. We can push this guy if we want, though I don't think that we want. Yeah, that one's dying. Taking this turn to get our Uro in play, hit our land drop, give me more options regarding engineered explosives. It's probably safe to say that things are going our way. Wait, what? It just passed? Do they really just have nothing here? They just have nothing. How can they have nothing when they have 5 cards in hand? I mean, we can just get Uro this turn. Yeah, that sounds better. Things are looking good. 5 sliver, queensy in hand. Yeah, that would explain it. That would definitely explain it. Oh. I forgot that this is just a triumph. Opponent doesn't even want to block, they're just off it. So you just have like 5 companies in hand. Is the only reasonable explanation. Just 5 companies in hand. That's why they couldn't do anything. Makes sense. Sweet. 2 and 1. I still can't believe that we got this sweet. We got this sweet. Screenshot. This is good. This is good content right here. Good stuff. Sure. We drew the combo of drawing Aethergust and Jace the Mind Sculptor, so we can shuffle it away in case this is a dead card, so that's a pretty good combo. Okay, so my Aethergust prospects are pretty solid. We're gonna see whether we're playing against Prowess or against Burn. Like, this hand is obviously a lot better against Prowess than it is against Burn, but like all it takes is just 1 Uro to switch that around. And this only works when you play a land. Ooh. Just gonna take the hollow one. Alright, my opponent's Miming over there. Channeler resolves. We're pushing this, that's the easy part. I think I'm playing Water Grave tapped. If they want to unearth Magmatic Channeler, I am down to replaying to replaying the same turn again. I'm okay with this. Okay, so they found the land. 3 cards in hand. We know 2 of them. Just replaying the same turn over and over again. Yep. Just gonna get a basic forest, and I think I'm gonna gust this, because if my opponent wants to like time walk themselves, I'm okay with that. Opponent says LOL. I guess they were not expecting the game 1 Aether Gust. But this is modern in 2021. Main deck Aether Gust. They put the dude on top. Oof. Gas. That channeler shall not resolve. Do we have a you shall not pass thingy? Let me see if I can find a you shall not pass thingy. Because I definitely should have a you shall not pass thing. Not playing around bold here, I just want to get my card. I mean, punished, but... This is a rare occurrence. My cat just hanging out. I said that one is dead. Why don't you get it, opponent? I mean, they're down to 0 cards. So I can just draw the basic island because it triggers field. I think I'm actually into it. Like, definitely I could have shuffled and tried to look for an Urza or something. But I could have also drawn a Mana Leak or other stuff like that. And that puts me in a tough spot. I think I'm taking this 4. I don't want to lose the both zombies to just a random lightning bolt, right? Now I'm gonna double block, because I can protect the zombos. Fatal push. Also, we don't have another basic. Sure. If they have another push or a lightning bolt, we do get wrecked here, but... If we have Urza, we're kind of destroyed though. Yeah, I'm not gonna cast that one. It might have been a hollow one though, in which case I should have cast this, but that's rough. What? Oh no, we're super dead now. All right. I guess we lose. I guess we lose now. Okay. Okay. Our only grave hate is just Ashiok, which I don't like at all, but we're kind of forced to play. Rough. I mean, it's possible that they're playing... I don't think they're playing Discord spells, but it's actually possible for them to be playing Blood Moon. I think we're fine against that, though. We have multiple answers to Moon. Sure. Sometimes you just get luck sacked. Oh, what am I doing? Why did I play this? Ugh, shouldn't have played that. Like, I cannot cast Archmage's Charm on 3 now. That sucks. I had to play a tap to Water Grave. Like, I wanted to hold up Aether Gust, but I think I had to play just tap to Water Grave. So if they put the Magus on top, they bottom the Magus. I think we hold up Decay this turn and then we just Archmage's Storm next turn. I can't believe how much trouble we have against the card Hollow One here. Maybe I should have brought in the trophy. I guess if we go to game 3, I'm going to bring in the trophy. Season Pyrus kind of grows. So now we Udo. We Ashiok, but we mill ourselves searching for Udo. Found nothing though. We're not looking good. We're not looking good. My opponent gonna has to attack the Ashiok though, so this is effectively gonna exile their Yard and game me 4. They go face. Okay. Oh. Sure. Feels bad, man. And nothing like complaining game 1 and then winning anyway and then going on to win the match. That's my favorite thing. Complain to your opponent game 1 after they play the Bane the Gust against you and then and then beat them anyway because they just drew nothing. To be fair, we could have played that game differently, right? Like game 1. If I could have played around the Lightning Bolt. Ugh. I've missed land drops one too many times. So then we keep this and we bottom the Thoughtseize. There's always something to complain about, yeah. So separates the good players from the great. Just some wisdom. Preach. Preach, twin. Just preach. Hey, I get to mana leak something. Don't you love it when you get to mana leak something against humans? Feels like cheating almost. Yeah, we just joined the 2018 league. I'm sorry. I thought you folks were up to it. You know, like I set my time machine to 2018. But then I brought Urza with me. I hope you don't mind. Looking good here. Particularly if my opponent doesn't have another one of these. That's some damage. That is some damage. I'm gonna say no to that. We got Urza though, so Urza that's a good job. Making sure that the damage that people deal to you doesn't matter too much. Probably gonna counter draw, basically, regardless of what my opponent does here. Just counter drawing. I'm gonna take 5. But now we get to decay probably their Noble Hierarch. And then play Urza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. That's nice. So I go to Triome. Ooh, get to get a swamp. Swamp. I think I decayed the Noble Hierarch. My opponent clearly is struggling with them with their mana situation. Green, green, blue, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Please no land into Reflector Mage. That's the only thing that we really want to avoid. Because we're kind of flooding a little bit here. That's a black source. Black source is fine. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Sweet. I think I'm gonna get another black source here. We already have another fetch to find Mystic Sanctuary if we need it. Okay. It's maybe a little bit greedy. Nah, there's no way I'm greedy. So I could bounce one of their dudes and then we have a basically free attack, but yeah, we can steal the champion. I guess we do that, right? My opponent can triple block. And if they triple block, we're basically trading for the champion. So I think that we are just doing this. Now my opponent doesn't have good blocks. So the Euro leaves another day. We have another Udo on top, which we want to be aware of. Yeah, so no blocks. Makes sense. And now we have a blocker. We have a Jace that my opponent needs to answer. And we're at 16, which for 3 mana, even 4 mana, it seems very tough for my opponent to come back from this situation. And the champion is bigger than the general Kudro. Even if they Reflector Mage my champion, that means that they don't Reflector Mage my Udo, so very much okay with that. We're looking good. There's a land. It's definitely been a minute since I played against humans. It's definitely been a minute. You got a Noble Hierarch. And I think I do want to draw the Archmage's. Yeah, I guess I do want to draw the Archmage's Charm. Am I champing to protect my Jace? Hell yeah, I am. Hell yeah, I am. They don't even have Reflector Mage mana here. I'll chump. I'll chump, yep. Champ with the champ. And this is how you win game 1 against humans. You make sure that whatever you do, you don't draw your Forces of Negation, and you make sure that whatever you do, your opponent doesn't draw the Rether Vials. And then you very easily win the matchup. Tried and proven strategy. I mean, they were kind of forced to do that, right? It's not like they really had any other better options. Obviously, it's not great for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can Thought Seize them. I'm at 15, and that puts a card in the yard. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna Thought Seize them. Like, they're obviously missing land drops, so. Stick Thalia. Luminarch Aspirant. Honestly, it's pretty great that that card is seen play now. It's a sweet card. Definitely does not seem very good. No, you Matt. I'm gonna continue drawing with Jace because Uro is just gonna kill them faster. Like you want to make sure that you just have answers to whatever your opponent can do, and then we just use Cryptic. We just use Uro to win this game. Like we cannot lose at this point. We just cannot lose. So there's no reason to not just draw with Jace and win with Uro. So we want to do this main phase so my opponent doesn't get a chance to draw a card. Ha, they also have no basics. Oh man, brutal. Green, green, blue, blue. Yeah, this game is just not losable. My opponent could stack their deck and it just wouldn't matter. I always say the same. When I find myself in one of these situations, usually what I think is my opponent's win condition is my internet. My opponent's win con in this game is my internet. Because, like, we're ahead on time. Like, it's not like they can time me out. It's not like they can even time me out. So, like, it's basically my internet. And just gonna gain control of that. Just for funsies. They even know about the cryptic command, so like I honestly don't know why they're not just backing it in. Seems much more time efficient. But yeah, I mean, the internet win condition is real. The internet win con is real. There we go. Wow, that was pretty lucky actually. Just being able to win game 1 against humans when we have so many dead cards against them. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, we have a lot of dead cards against them. We have a lot of fucking dead cards. Damn it. I guess Dispute is the best one of them all. Because it's the one that has the highest upside. Like, I just don't even want the Thought Seizes. On the play, I would want Mana Leak. On the draw, I want Dispute, because like Dispute has the higher upside, I guess. Gust is good, no. Gust answers Mantis Rider and Noble Hierarch, and that's it. So like I don't want 4 copies of a card that answers only Mantis Rider and Noble Hierarch. I'm a lot more excited about Purge, for example, than Aether Gust. Like Purge answers those cards, it also answers the Lord, it answers Freebooter. This is exactly the kind of hand that you want against humans, so we're gonna keep. Have I tried the Sultai deck with 4 Titans up top? Good question. I tried a blue-green version of this. Where is it? Was it Simic? Can't remember where it was. Well, if you go to my YouTube, you're gonna find it. But it's a blue-green version of it. It was similar to what Canister was doing, but I added some Search for Tomorrows. And then Canister liked that idea. And then he got second in a challenge with it. He also made a very, very cool innovation where he was adding chalices to the main deck. Chalice is actually pretty legit. Thalia would be pretty rough here. Medley Mage. They're probably gonna name Fatal Push. Which is not great for us, but we have Blood Chief's Thirst. They name Udo? Sick. Like 100 out of 100 times, they should have named Uro there. Guess we're gonna get the Field of the Dead out of the way. But yeah, that version, that blue-green version, wasn't as controlling. It only had like a couple of it didn't really have that much removal spells. It just had some counter spells, and then like it was a lot more rampy. My opponent drew both of their basics, which means that this is just a Vindicator instant speed. Magus of the Moon. Well, that one we can't really beat. Guess I should have played around that one, huh? I guess I could have played around it. I just needed to play the breeding pool untapped and then trophy it. I guess I should have done that because it feels I feel like the only way that my opponent can actually win this game is through like cheesing me with Magus of the Moon. Oh, they just had to. Okay, never mind. So we were losing anyway. Alright, so I'm a lot more excited about Gust now that I've seen Magus. Is this stock now? Is Magus of the Moon just like stock? But almost 5. And this hand is very strong. This hand is super, super strong. Magus in humans. Like, I know that they play like 1, maybe 2. Like, I've been seeing that for a while, but like, my opponent just had 2 like that. Like, I wonder if now they're playing 3 or 4 copies. The thing is that like, there's not really such thing as a stock humans list anymore, because like, the deck is just not that much, it's not played that much anymore. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not even sure like what is considered stock anymore. How am I sequencing my lands? We definitely want to Udo on 3. So I guess I want to get this out of the way. Turn 1 Vial. So this is gonna find an island, and this is gonna find a forest. There's 1 basic swamp. But I'm prioritizing blue and green a lot more. This means that we don't have black mana, but we don't even have black cards in our hand anyway. So it's not that terrible. They're probably going to take the Gust. And I guess that means that I don't need to fetch just yet. Because if I draw an island... If I draw a basic island, I'm gonna want to like fetch for a basic swamp, and then we can go forest into cryptic. So I guess we untap here. Hey. Good, good, good. So we're just gonna do that. So basic island here. Basic forest here. Hopefully they don't have the Lord, because the Lord exiles Uro. That's kind of a problem, but what can we do? Cavern, they have Bile. They're freaking 5-color deck, man. They're just jamming Magus of the Moons. So wild. We're getting Magoost. Yes, we are. Yeah, they always have been a 5-color deck. I wonder what they do here. Nemuro. Okay. Five-color deck with Magicims and Vicious? Yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the things that people play nowadays. Control decks with like 22 lands or 23. Aw, damn it! No! Ooh, they just cracked? That's so good for me. Because I could have gusted, but then they just like crack and they just draw, right? So now they just replayed with the vial. Now they can't do that. Never mind, they can still do it. Damn it. So I guess I have to just like untap, and then I can gust with basically as a time walk. Do I want to put Gust on top? I'm honestly not sure. I really wish I had access to, because you can just cycle here. File it in. Gust and bounce file. I mean, then they just replay it, right? So we gust the Magus, they put it on top, they draw it. In response to the draw, we file it in, and we put Cryptic. I mean, I guess that we can just put Gust on top again. Play fetch, Gust in response to a spell, so you can Cryptic. Like, we can Cryptic anyway. Right, so we Gust, we put this on top, then we get priority again, we play our land, and we already have the mana, right? Now, what I'm trying to think is whether I want to redraw the Gust to answer this, and I think I do. So I think we have to do this here. So now if they cycle on end step, I just bounce the vial in response and I draw a card. So now they can still cast the Magus, but we already have an answer, and they don't have the vial. Life total doesn't matter too much. Like, we really need like something that can actually kill the Magus, you know? So we can even push does it because we can push with this Misty here. So their hand is Vile Magus, 2 unknowns. Just not the best spot. We also we drew one of our sanctuaries, so we're out of sanctuaries now. Life total not in imminent danger. That's rough. It's very rough. Actually, I should have played this so I could find another. Because if they have another Magus, we're kind of fucked. Giver of Runes? Oh shit, we can't ever beat that card. This enables their 1-drops, like if they have a Noble Hierarch or something, they can cast it, but I think it's worth it to save the 3 damage. And next turn we're getting Magus again, so we need to draw something now. This probably qualifies as something. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, we're super fucked. I forgot that this is named in Uro. Brutal. Oh wow, we're super dead now. Because now they even have, they can protect the Magus with the Giver. If we draw Damnation, we don't have the basics to cast it. So I think we're just drawing dead at this point. We got no black sources. Field doesn't do it. So I think that we might just be drawing dead at this point. Oh, explosives. Explosives does it. Explosives would have done it, I guess. I think we would have played explosives on 2, blow both of these up, then we get back the Gust to answer Magus. Yeah, explosives would have done it, but all right, bunch of 2/3s today. Not great, not great. I think this deck is fine. I'm not sure whether this is just worse than 4-color Omnath though. I wonder what the I haven't played both. I haven't played a lot with neither deck, so I'm not sure what are the pros and cons of each deck. I assume that like discard spells are the big difference and Fatal Push versus Path to Exile. But like both basically have the same weaknesses. Like you just draw the wrong part of your deck and then you're just dead. With the exception that overall I think that between Omnath, Renin 6, Growth Spiral, the Omnath decks actually pound for pound, the cards are just better. What's the difference between the 2 lists besides... well, this list has more discard, and well, it has prime time. Main the Gust. This one's running more Blood Chiefest Thirst. I think the other one wasn't running that card or wasn't running as many. But they're pretty much they're very similar lists. This is a list that won the challenge on Saturday. But yeah, I struggled with basics multiple times throughout this league. Like I felt like I wanted a basic forest so many times throughout this league. There's only one basic forest. There's 6 basics in the deck, 4 islands, 1 forest, 1 swamp. And the issue that I have is that I feel like that is correct because you need more islands because you have Archmage's Charm and Cryptic Command, so you need to enable those cards. But multiple times I found myself in a situation where like I really wanted to play the backside of Uro and I just couldn't because there was a Blood Moon or like my colors just didn't add up. Like I struggled for green mana a lot of times. So this like the deck is obviously very powerful, right? But it just feels like the mana is kind of iffy, as weird as that might sound. And that might be just because it's playing Archmage's Charm. Like if you just cut Archmage's Charm, like building the mana base becomes so much easier, right? Because you don't have like this ridiculously steep blue cost in your deck. But you're giving up some serious power level, right? Like you probably don't have to cut all of the Archmage's Charm, but you probably have to cut 2 of them or maybe 3. But like I found myself in situations where I just, you know, couldn't cast my spells. Like I just could not cast my spells. I also flooded a lot, so definitely I feel like I hit the wrong side of variance. Like against the Hollow One deck, I flooded like ridiculously while my opponent found Dogs of Agonas instead. And same thing against which other deck did I feel like I flooded to no end. Is Kozilek for the mill matchup? Yes, only for the mill matchup. Technically you could bring it in the mirror, like if you wanted to. I don't think that you probably want to, but like it's something you could do. Play one league yesterday with 4 colorists that 1 mana traders, beat 2 mirror, strong batch and amulet. Time Warp was pretty strong. Yeah, Time Warp in those decks, I think it's very good. Time Warp in those decks is very good. But yeah, I think that this kind of deck is also very hard to play. Like it's pretty tough for me to just pick up a deck like this. I've played decks like this in the past, but it's pretty tough to pick up these decks because I feel like there are so many tiny ages to be gained. Like for example, against the Hollow One deck, like I thought I was in a situation where I could like Jace and just, you know, just get my card, and then I ended up dying to my opponent's single lightning bolt because I just saw 3 blanks on top of my deck, and then I just lost. I just died from there. So it feels like, you know, if I had known, or I guess that I could have, you know, if I just plus there's it's possible that I just managed to win that game, for example, stuff like that. That's one thing to note. Control decks going down to 2 force of negation. That's not really a thing. Like I think that the other list that I played the other day, I actually played 3. I don't remember. Yeah, this is the list that I streamed the other day. This is the list that won. An Argentinian player won a PTQ with. This is the list that they played. So it's basically the same thing, just cutting 1 Titan for 1 Force. That's literally the only change. Because the mana base looks the same. Yeah, only 1 Forest. Yeah, it's just the same list, just doing that switch. And the sideboard also looks very similar, if not exactly the same. Yeah, it's actually exactly the same. Yeah. So I guess that the person that won the challenge just really wanted to play a prime time. So when do you want Loam? Against probably the mirror, so you can run your opponent out of lands, and against decks where Field of Ruin is good, so like Tron and nonsense like that. Though I would imagine that your Tron matchup is just fine. Like between all of these discard spells and like all of these counter spells and Ashiok and like this actually seems like a deck that I would bring Ashiok against Tron with. Ashiok is pretty bad against Tron in my opinion in most decks, but against this one with like Life from the Loam that you can just mill yourself for, and like Field of Ruins, which again you can Ashiok yourself for, so you can like keep your opponent off of Tron, and then you can simply just loam them to death. But yeah, Loam is just a sweet card in control decks. The thing is that most decks don't care about Loam because they just have Ren and 6, right? Like, so if you're just playing the 4-color Omnath deck, you just have Ren and 6, so you don't, even against Tron, like, you just don't need that strategy because, like, by design, your deck just has Ren, so, like, it's just whatever. So what we could do also would be to, if you wanted to do something different, similar to the 4-color Omnath deck, is you can just, like, jam Ren and 6 in this deck. it would really fuck the mana up because you don't have the triumphs. Because Timur Triumph and Jeskai Triumph are, both of those exist. So that's a big reason why the mana in the 4-color Omnath deck works, is because the Triumph just fix so many problems. But you don't have that luxury here. You don't have a Grixis Triumph. So if you had a Grixis Triumph, then you would be doing great. But unfortunately, you don't. I guess you could technically play a Timur Triumph, so that could help. So you have Sagoth Triumph plus Timur Triumph. So I guess never mind. Like it's actually doable. Seems fine. You probably need to add one more land for that Triumph. I mean, it's an interesting thought experiment to try to like copy paste the 4-color Omnath list and just like switch the cards around to make it work. That would be funny. I mean, I have a lot of success with this. I post to give it a run. I saw the reality shifts with Chalice in the board. Yeah, I mean, you might. I have a donation deck list for that kind of stuff, but yeah, that sounds like fun. Just like straight up blue green. Yeah, Sylvan Awakening is cute. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the content, and if you didn't enjoy the content, also hit that like and subscribe button. But I would also appreciate it if you told me, why you didn't like the content, because I'm always looking to improve as well. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.